And we are back. The Children's Village stands as a beacon of hope for young adults who face the hurdles of foster care, triumphed over substance abuse, and emerged from incarceration. The transformative mentoring initiatives plays a vital role in forging life-saving connections, not only in the Bronx, but in various locations across the city, as well as Westchester County. And here, joining me now is the director of the Department of Probation Programs for Children's Village. We got Lisa Starks. And Lisa, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
An opportunity to really impact lives in a tremendous way. And, familiar with Children's Village, but share with us a little bit about the work that you're doing.
So I run, my title is the director. You already said that, sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead, tell us.
So I'm the director of youth and adult probation programs for the Children's Village, where I oversee programs for youth that have been incarcerated or who are on probation now in the community and who are in the community.
And when we talk about kids who are on probation, obviously that's an in-between place. And obviously keeping track of them is very important, but at the same time, you're also trying to help them to take the next step and go forward, right? So talk to us about the work that you do there.
So what we do is we provide our young people with mentoring services, and how we do that is by making sure that they have credible messengers who work with them and make sure that they have the support and guidance that they need. My role also is to make sure that the staff have what they need as well to do the work.
I want to talk for a minute about those credible messages, right? Because I think that's so much, it's vital. If the kid is going to succeed, we got to make sure that we have to put right mentors in front of them, and then also those mentors have to be credible messengers. The power of mentorship and having those kind of mentors around, what does that mean from your perspective? How do you see it?
So credible messengers, they are essential to the work that we do. They have lived the same lived experiences as our youth, so they're able to make a different connection where some others might struggle. They're able to make those connections and really help youth, because in the work that we do, oftentimes young people feel like you don't understand. But when you have a credible messenger that can work with a young person who understands the road that they've went down and can help them, it makes a significant difference in their lives.
Yeah. So when we talk about empowering tomorrow's leaders, right, that's exactly what goes on. From your goal and your standpoint, what would you like to see happen by way of how to empower them better?
I would like to see, we need more funding.
Right.
It takes a lot to give our young people opportunities, and a lot of our programs, mentoring programs that we have, they only have part-time credible messengers. And the need and the work that they do is full-time. So we definitely need funding so that we could increase hours. We need funding for all of their needs that they have. Our youth have so many challenges that they face. And we would be able to do so much more if we had more resources for them.
Yeah. When I look at the initiatives that you have right now, obviously they're working, right? For somebody who may be looking and saying, listen, I'm trying to cultivate some things that work. From behind your lens, what are some of the things that are working right now?
So what's working is having the right people working with our young people, and then also being able to give them opportunities. So our young people, they want to provide for themselves. So having internships and jobs that our young people can get is vital for their success in life.
Yeah. And for yourself, obviously, you talked about funding being a huge challenge. What are the challenges or organizations such as yourself and doing the work, what kind of challenges do you face on the day-to-day that maybe everybody doesn't know about?
So some of the prevalent challenges that our young people face are substance abuse, undiagnosed mental health illness, homelessness, and gang violence. Those are some of the prevalent challenges that they face.
Yeah. And to be able to tackle those, obviously, you need resources to be able to tackle those. Is there a trend of what you're seeing come across the door more frequently?
Yes, definitely more frequently. Homelessness is really prevalent amongst a lot of our youth. And the good thing is that we have people that work with us who are able to connect them to resources, whether that's within our organization or referring them to some of our community partners to tackle some of those issues, because it can be a lot for our credible messengers to deal with.
Yeah. And so spending that time really dealing with those issues, the homelessness and employment. How are things going in the employment field right now? Is it pretty challenging?
It's challenging. I don't think getting our youth jobs, I think it's really more so preparing them for it and helping them to be able to remain employed. A lot of our young people lack skills. So that's what we're trying to do when we're working with them, is teach them those soft skills so that they can be successful with employment. We have some of our mentors and staff that work with us that are really connected to the communities, so they're able to plug them into different jobs and internships, but they really need the job readiness skills and soft skills to make them be successful.
So when we talk about those soft skills, a lot of young people do lack them, right? And we're finding that in order to be employed, you have to have those skills in place. The message of really getting that through to them, hard one, easy one.
It's hard. Sometimes they think, oh, it doesn't take all of that. I don't need to do that. But we get them to really look at, some of them have been employed before, lost their jobs. So we go over with them, like, why do you think that is? And we point out, like, what were some areas that you had? Oh, I was late. I didn't get up. I wasn't there on time. And we're like, well, those are important things that you have to do to be successful and keep your job.
Yeah, very, very important to do, to be able to do that. But when you talk about relationships, obviously you're doing a great job of relationship building too. Having people be able to understand the importance of relationships. The work that you do, what kind of impact are you seeing in the lives of some of these young people?
We're seeing young people come in. Sometimes they're just very mistrustful and angry, and we see them leave with a total different attitude. Our young people are graduating from high school or equivalent to that. We have young people that are getting accepted into colleges, that are getting employment, getting jobs in sectors that they're interested in. So it's great to see that.
So the Transforming Mentoring Initiatives, it's instrumental in fostering life-saving connections. Also, we talked about the Bronx, New York City, and again, let's talk about that reach.
Yes, so, sorry.
No problem. So I was saying, just talk about the reach that you're having in terms of, you're able to touch so many people all across the city, and then, where you are right now.
Yes, so we are working with kids in the Bronx community, and we also reach young people that are also in the Harlem community as well.
Yeah, and that's important because obviously when you think about having a reach, you're not just one place. You got a few locations, and also, you're making a huge difference for somebody who's thinking about really being a part of this, to speak into the lives of young people, and being that credible messenger, if you will. What does it take?
It really takes a lot of passion. It takes patience. Because our young people don't open up that quickly. It takes consistency. So if you tell a young person that you're going to do something, you need to do that, because they will hold you accountable for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. that they definitely will. When we talk about young people today, and you look at your sphere of work and your sphere of influence, obviously since COVID, things have changed for a lot of people. For yourself, what has it been like since COVID in the work that you're doing? Have you seen how you've had to adapt, make changes? What are you seeing around since COVID?
So after COVID happened, we definitely had to change. We had to make some of our work that we do with young people remote. So we still have, actually, those are good tools because some of our young people are not group ready. Mm-hmm. So we have that option available where they can still log in virtually and still get this, get the group sessions and services that they need that way. Also, a lot of our young people were isolated for a long time. So now we're trying to get, after COVID, we were trying to get them acclimated back into the community, and help them to be out there again.
Yeah. Isolation has been huge, right? And when isolation, lack of conversation, does it kind of make it hard when you get them in front of you talking about, now let's talk about something, when I haven't really been talking to too many people since COVID?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, as we talk about Lisa Starks, if you're just joining us now, she is the director of the Department of Probation Programs over at the Children's Village, and she's been sharing with us a little bit about the work that goes on and talking about your dedicated staff. I mean, they're dedicated and they're hardworking.
They are definitely dedicated. They are some of the most creative and innovative individuals that I work with. They're always coming up with different ideas and ways that we can reach youth. They're always thinking of opportunities for them. So they're just dynamic in how they think and their commitment to the work.
Yeah. As you approach 2024, vision, thoughts about what's going to happen this year?
This year, we really want to just create more opportunities for kids outside of the New York City. We have a lot of other organizations in other states that want to partner with us. So we want to take our young people and give them that experience to talk to people outside of New York who are maybe going through the exact same things that they're going through and share their story with them.
Having that experience or exposure to somebody that lives outside of New York, how valuable is that?
It's extremely valuable because a lot of our young people never leave their community. So we are able to give them those opportunities. We've actually taken kids to Canada before, where we did exchange with Ryerson University, and our young people were blown away. You know, some of them never been on an airplane. We were able to give them passports, and the experience was, you know, they were like, wow, I can't believe that I'm actually outside of the country. And it opened their mind to what's out there beyond just what they see every day.
Yeah, that exposure is critical, right? I think that once you give somebody exposure, it creates a whole lot of opportunities and some pathways for young people to go. Any success stories come to mind of some of the young people that you've worked with that maybe you want to share with us?
Yes, so we have, I'm thinking of a young person right now who actually is graduating from Albany State University with their degree in sociology. And it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always easy for her, but with dedication and with the services that she received from our program and the support, letting her know that she can do it and she could be successful, now she's going to be graduating.
Yeah. And when you look at that and you see a person that's had these challenges, right, and was borderline for a minute, but then see them able to get across the graduation line. For you, how does that make you feel?
It's extremely rewarding. It keeps me motivated to do the work, and it lets me know that what we do is needed, and that young people just need a push. They just need people that believe in them so that they can be successful in the things that they want to do. And also, it's not just, we don't only see success with our mentees, but we also see success with our mentors. We actually have a mentor who obtained his bachelor's degree in criminal justice from John Jay, and now he's in his first year of law school. He's a mentor in one of our programs.
Wow, okay, that's awesome. And so you talked before about challenges with funding. I think all organizations, a lot of organizations really are struggling in that area. For you, talk to us about how much of the lifeblood of what you do is tied to funding.
All of what all of what we do are tied to funding. It takes resources to create impact for our young people. And when you look at sometimes how much we spend to incarcerate a young person versus how much we give to keep them in the community and to rehabilitate them, there is such a wide margin in that.
Yeah. What's that conversation like? I mean, when you have those conversations with people, listen, you know what? It does cost more to incarcerate than actually to pour into this person. What's those conversations like?
Sometimes it's you know, they're like, oh, but we give you enough. It's enough, and then you do such great work with what we give you, so obviously it's enough. But it really isn't.
Man, so much more that you want to do. But of course, as we say, funding is the key. And after COVID, of course, things become a little bit more critical. And of course, we're talking about government and budgets. You know exactly how that impacts organizations. But we've been talking with Lisa Stark. She's director of the Department of Probation Programs for Children's Village, and she's been our guest sharing with us. And before we leave, anything you want to share with us about what to look forward to and how to possibly get in touch?
Yes, if you wanna, if there's anybody that wants to be a mentor or give back or has a company or organization that wants to employ or give our young people Internships, you can reach out to our website. You can go to childrensvillage.org and click on the link to contact us, and we'll be glad to hear from you.
Yeah. And before we go, as you said, your staff makes a whole lot of difference for what the work that goes on right there. What are some of the staff positions that are there that maybe people don't know about that, that they're getting the work done? What kind of positions do you have?
So we have mentor positions, lead mentor positions. We have program coordinator positions, program managers. Yeah, just to name a few.
Yeah. We'll give a shout out to the whole staff over there. So I want you guys to keep up the great work. Thank you so much for being with us, Lisa.
Thank you so much for having me.
All righty. Listen, I want to let you know we are taking a quick break, but guess what? The Social Justice Forums will continue coming up right after